Yeah! Awesome! Just like this awesome segue to our sponsor. Segue to our sponsor. From our sponsor. To tell you about our sponsor. Like this segue to our sponsor. Whatever, I'm wet.
And there it is, folks. The face of a man dedicated to providing quality segues for his sponsors. A true skill of a modern day YouTuber. I've only been into watching YouTube for the past couple of years, and I subscribe to YouTube Premium because I hate getting those ads in the middle of videos and sometimes waking me up from a nap. However, there is no way of avoiding the baked-in sponsorship ad. Most are quick and some are annoying, but I've come to realise there is a real art to segueing to these sponsorship ads, and I thought it would be fun to look at the different styles out there. I picked 5 videos that I'm going to score against 5 different criteria that I have defined. These will be tallied up using a weighted scoring method, which will help provide an unbiased score. If you want to learn more about the weighted scoring method, check the links below. Criteria number 1 is the position in the video, where being at the end of the video will score the most points. Criteria number 2, is the sponsorship clearly defined in the video? A yes will grant the most amount of points. Criteria number 3 relates to the style of the transition, where clever and funny will score more points. Criteria number 4 is the duration of the sponsorship. The shorter, the more points. Criteria number 5 is the sponsorship aligned to the channel or video. For example, if the video was about banana cakes and the sponsor was for anti-crocodile repellent, then that would score very poorly. Before we jump in and start watching some segues, I'd like to make it very clear that I respect all the channels and creators that will be featured here, and this is simply a fun video about segues and in no way is meant to be disrespectful. Additionally, this video is not sponsored, however, you will be seeing sponsors from other videos as this is obviously the nature of this video. Okay, let's get into it. This video is from Linus Tech Tips about a modern Japanese laptop.
Happen to laptops that actually have ports on them. Why are these ones exclusive to Japan? And with all these features, does it have a place for me to plug in this message from our sponsor? Build Redux. Build Redux assembles
The position in the video is at 1 minute and 10 seconds. Being at the start doesn't help the score here. However, there is a second sponsor at the end of the video. So in this case, it helps the score. I'm going to balance the score here and give it a 2. They get 3 points for both of these being clearly declared. For the transition style, I like how the first sponsor is transitioned by talking about plugging things into the laptop, and then joked about plugging the message from the sponsor. However, the second transition to the second sponsor didn't do too much for me, so my balanced score here is going to be a 2. For the duration, the first sponsor was 17 seconds and the second sponsor was 35 seconds. Both are very short, so they get 3 points here. Finally, is the sponsor aligned? Well, the first sponsor is a PC builder and clearly aligns with the channel and this video, so scoring highly here. However, the second sponsor is a merchandise printing sponsor that doesn't align at all, so this reason I'm scoring 0 overall. That comes to a total weighted score of 24 points. This video is from Sabine Hossenfelder. I'm absolutely sure I pronounced that right, and the video is about doing your own research.
Okay, I admit I glossed over one or the other point. For example, what if you don't understand anything those scientists say? Then what? Where to even start? Yes, to be fair, you need to bring some background knowledge to make sense of scientific literature to begin with. Luckily, I know just the place to get that knowledge. Brilliant.org, who have been sponsoring this video.
The position in the video is right at the end, so scoring 3 points here. Is it clearly declared? Yes, 20 seconds into the spiel, so 3 points here. For the transition style, I found it to be a very cleverly crafted sales pitch, which relates to the topic just presented. It felt very seamless. I'm giving it 3 points. The duration is about 90 seconds long, which is long. However, I've already tuned out and started watching something else at this point. But regardless, I'm scoring at 1 point. Finally, is the sponsor aligned? Yes. The product is about learning, and the channel is about science and educating people. So 3 full points here. That comes to a total weighted score of 30 points. This video is from the Y-Files, and it's about aliens harvesting human souls for food.
Désolé, madame. Mon Dieu, we're almost at the Mona Lisa, so I need you to listen carefully. Open my laptop and log into War Thunder. I'm in the middle of their new La Royale campaign, so I need you to play for me while I get the situation sorted.
War Thunder? Is that today's sponsor?
Saw that coming, did ya?
From a mile away.
The position in the video is 1 minute in, so scoring just 1 point here. Is it clearly declared? Yes. At the beginning of the video, it comes up on the screen, so 3 full points here. How is the transition style? It's funny. It's a cleverly scripted, humorous story that is in the style of the channel, so I'm giving it 3 full points. How's the duration? Well, it's over 3.5 minutes long, which is way too long for me. I skipped straight past it, so in this case, I'm scoring it at 0 points. Finally, is the sponsor aligned? A video game sponsor has nothing to do with a channel that does conspiracy theories, so no, I give you 0 points. That comes to a total weighted score of 14 points. This video is from FreedomToons. It's a political satire cartoon.
Against the victim! I hope you get the chair. You think you're gonna squeeze through the narrow gate with that spiritual diet and no spiritual exercise? Please! You need Hollow! Hollow is the #1 Christian prayer app in the U.S.
The position in the video is right at the end, so it scores 3 points. Is it clearly declared? Well, it's kind of confusing initially as to what's going on. I mean, I've watched a few FreedomToons before, however, I'd never seen one with a sponsorship. But eventually it was clearly defined, so I'm giving it 2 points. How's the transition style? Well, it's very loud and abrupt. Initially I had no idea what was going on, but when I realised, I thought it was quite funny. I find it's very clever that the sponsorship is animated, which is not exactly a quick thing to do, so I'm scoring it 2 points. The duration is about 40 seconds, which is not very long, so I'm going to give it 2 points. Finally, is the sponsor aligned? Well, I don't see how a religious app relates to the channel or the video. Obviously it's a political channel, but they say you shouldn't mix religion and politics, so I'm giving it 0 points. This comes in at a total weighted score of 20 points. This video is from the B1M, and it's an engineering video about replacing a cracked dam.
The job of carrying the weight of all that water is going to be taken over by the new, younger and fitter dam. Now when I say it like that, it sounds really simple, but trust me, it's not.
It's going to take a lot of time and money. Luckily, the country's home to a whopping 800,000 millionaires, and that's on a population of only 9 million people.
The position in the video is about 1/3 of the way in. I'm giving it 2 points. Is it clearly declared? Kind of. 40 seconds into the sponsorship spiel, it's made clear. However, I honestly thought the video was going into the financial side of the dam as being talked about until I suspected it was an ad. So I'm going to score it 1 point here. As to the transition style, I don't like this method of segueing to a sponsor. I find I get drawn in initially to digesting the information and trying to understand how it relates to the topic, only to realise it's an advertisement. Then I have a feeling where I need to forget about what I was thinking about during the past 40 seconds. And then my viewing experience for the remaining of the video is tarnished. With that in mind, I'm scoring 0 points. The duration was 1 minute, so that's not too bad. I'm scoring at 2 points here. Finally, is the sponsor aligned? I don't see how the topic and the sponsor are related in this circumstance, so I'm giving it 0 points. That comes to a total weighted score of 13 points. So after watching these 5 different segues, the overall winner is Sabine Hossenfelder. Hossenfelder? Hossenfelder. Yeah, Hossenfelder. With 30 points. Honestly, when I first had the idea to make this video, I didn't initially have a way to compare the different styles until I stumbled upon using a scoring system. I'd actually thought that Linus Tech Tips was going to be the overall winner, but because they had 2 sponsors in the video, this was their downfall. Regardless, it was a fun experience going through comparing the different styles. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and perhaps share some segues that I didn't cover here today. Until next time, bye!